How are we all doing tonight? I tell you what, it has been a Monday for me, I will say that. You know how you ever have one of those days where it's like nothing big goes wrong, but like a whole bunch of little things just go off the rails and kind of take your day right down the toilet? Yeah, that's kind of how my day has been. But not to worry, because we're going to have good luck tonight. We're going to pick it up. It's going to be awesome, and we're going to make up for my day of weird little things derailing it. So what we'll be opening tonight is a full-size autographed helmet from Gold Rush, a case of Crown Royal basketball, which I did not order nearly enough of, stupid me, and 2 cases of unparalleled football. Yeah, so we got a busy night tonight. What you see on the screen right now, a little info we go over before we get started. First up there is just a note about feedback. That's to let you know that I automated my feedback on eBay a while ago, and that's just so you don't ever have to wait on me. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. Ah, the magic of the internet. Second thing, of course, there's just a note to say thanks, because I do appreciate everybody who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me. So welcome to everyone tonight. Thank you for spending part of your Monday night with me. And let's see if we can't make it worth everybody's while, right? That's the idea. So we're looking right now at some breaks that are already listed on eBay. This stuff is up and available for bidding. It's what we're going to be breaking over the course of the next 5 days. So tomorrow night is a Hit Parade triple play baseball box. 3 autographed items in there, a baseball, a jersey, and a photograph. A case of clearly authentic baseball, which I've been having so much fun with, and a case of Topps Chrome Jumbo, and that will have 40 autograph hits in it, so that's a pretty monster break there of that Chrome Jumbo. On Wednesday, it's going to be a busy day on Wednesday. We'll open an autographed New Era baseball cap, a Hit Parade autographed baseball jersey that was from the recent national show. It was an exclusive edition for that. Another half case of our Leaf autographed football jerseys, a case of National Treasure. Can I speak tonight? Apparently I cannot. Let's try this again. A case of National Treasures Collegiate football. Yes, that comes out on Wednesday. We'll break it Wednesday night. Origins football. Love, love, love it. It comes out on Wednesday. We're going to break a full case of that as well. And then Leaf Flash football. We've got break number 1 of that. Has actually already ended on eBay because they moved the date on this thing. So break number 1 of Leaf Flash, which is already sold and done and in the books, we're actually going to break it tomorrow night, but it's 7 o'clock in its own break. So this is break number 2 that will break on Wednesday night, and that is currently still open for bidding. Thursday night will be a Game Day Greats autographed football jersey, another case of National Treasures Collegiate, and a single case of Unparalleled on Thursday night. Friday brings us to a second case of Origins, a third case of Crown Royal basketball, and a case of Chronicles baseball, which comes out on Friday, and it's also a little revamped. All the things we liked about it last year, there's more of. The things we didn't like about it last year, there's less of. So all in all, sounds like a good plan. On Saturday, it will be a 3-peat basketball box, autographed basketball, autographed jersey, autographed picture. Another case, a half case of the Leaf jerseys, an 8th and final case, or what I think will be the final case of Clearly Authentic, and a 3rd case of NT Collegiate. So that's what the 5 days ahead look like. For tonight, there's lots of info on this page. We're going to start out with the football helmet. That is a free shipping break, so there are 2 things to know about that. One is usually the free shipping stuff I project to go out 5, 6, 7 days after an auction ends, projecting it to go out next Monday. Often I can get them out to you sooner than that, but just plan on Monday. Be happy when it goes sooner, which hopefully it will. If your team is not pulled in that break for the helmet, the consolation card that you're entitled to, I will normally just hang on to if it's a free shipping break. And I do keep track of that for a rolling 90-day period. So when you do next pull cards or an item, I just gather up all those consolation cards that you're due. I put them in that package and they all go out together. If you don't want to wait on that and you would like to have it sent sooner, just in a plain white envelope and a stamp, shoot me a message, let me know, and I'll get you taken care of. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, Crown Royal and Unparalleled. I'm projecting a Friday shipping date. I'm going to try to get it out to you faster than that, but Friday is what I'm anticipating. Don't need to worry about consolation cards there. Every team should pull some cards in each of those breaks. So we are starting out tonight, 2018 Gold Rush Series 2 Autograph Full-Size Football Helmet break number 25. And everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Monday night, the 20th of August. And of course, this is familiar to most, if not all of you, where we have the team names on the left. Winning bidders are across from it there on the right-hand side. The only thing that's a little different with this one, there is an opportunity in here to pull a couple of multi-signed helmets. One of them is a Heisman Trophy winner multi-signed. The other one is Penn State linebackers multi-signed. And each of those, as you see, had their own bidding spot. So if we were to pull either one of those helmets, rather than trying to decipher all of those signatures and then trying to figure out who played for what team and all that hot mess of stuff, if we pull either one of those, it would just go to its respective bidding spot. All right, so I think that's got us covered with all the stuff that, you know, is not breaking. Now we're ready to start getting into some things, which makes me happy, and it makes you happy. It makes us all happy to get into our items. Okay, so you know I'm trying to do this from the side lately because, I don't know, a month or two ago somebody said, oh, I want to see you cut the seal on this. So I try to do it from the side, and I try not to slice off my hand, but it's kind of awkward because there's not like a whole lot of space in here, right? I mean, where the camera is in relation to where the back of the table is and everything, it's a little bit awkward. But I'm trying to, you know, do it that way so that we make it, I don't know, so that everybody's happy. How about that? That's what I'm trying to say. Now, who do we have in chat tonight? It is Greg and Zachary. Zachary is here. I started to say your last name too, and I'm like, I don't need to do that, do I? Darren is here, and I'm hitting the camera. Trevor and Toby. Toby, how are you, Toby? We do need to find you a hit, man. I know you've been having a hard time lately a little bit. This is on a collegiate helmet, but there is a little cheat sheet for me in that I can see the name. There's a sticker inside the box that tells me who this signature is. I think you're going to like it because, yeah, it's Bo Jackson. How about that? There is JSA authentication paper. There is your Bo Jackson signature on the, again, it's on the collegiate helmet, but of course it's gonna go to the pro team. And we have a JSA authentication sticker on the back that matches your card. So just for the purposes of just being thorough, I will go to NFL.com and we will verify Bo Jackson, but I think we can all assume that we know where that is going. But you know what? You know what I always remember about Bo Jackson? Do you guys remember the commercials? Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football. Do you? That's what I always remember about Bo Jackson. I don't think he played anywhere but the Raiders, but we're just going to double check it so that there's not any kind of, you know, weird craziness. Yeah, all 4 years were Raiders. That's what I thought, but now we know for sure. So Oakland Raiders with a nice hit for Bo Jackson. Yeah, I like that hit. I don't think we pull enough Bo Jackson stuff just in general. Oh, Benrod, you said you hope it's not the Cowboys because you missed the bid on them. Well, okay, then you feel better about the fact that it's not the Cowboys. But I think that Bo Jackson for the Raiders is pretty darn nice. I don't know who had the Raiders tonight, but I would imagine whoever it is pretty happy. I'm just getting that put away. Give me a second to get it moved out of the way, and we're going to be rolling right into some Crown Royal basketball. And you know the deal. I have to get our spreadsheet set up again because I put it up before every time. So, right, I know sometimes you see it a lot, but people jump in and out, and, you know, when they're watching the recorded version, they fast forward to the part they want, all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure you saw this a minute ago. I'm not going to read through all of this again. If you didn't happen to be tuned in or you didn't see it a moment ago, hey, might look up there for a second and check it out just so we're all on the same page without me having to wear everybody out with reading it every single time. And if I can find my mouse, there we go. Now we're back on track. I told you it's been that kind of Monday. So this is a 16-box case break of 2017-18 Crown Royal basketball. It is a full case break. It is break number 2. The awesome thing about this is that both Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum are live in the product. No stinking redemptions on this one, kids. They're live, live, live. And our first case, we did pull a Donovan Mitchell. I want to say we pulled maybe Lonzo out of there too. Our first case was a good one, in other words. And hopefully our second tonight is going to be every bit as good as our first one. I would imagine, anyway. Buckeye for Fun is here. Hi, Buckeye for Fun. Oh, I know, Ben Rudd. I did notice that Bo Jackson had a little smudge in his signature. He probably, you know, those Sharpies take forever to dry on things, especially on a slick surface like that. And my guess is he just ran his hand right through it while he was signing it or right after when he was handing it off or something. So yeah, it did have a little bit of a smudge in it, but you know what? If you have the Raiders, it's still a really nice hit for Bo Jackson. As I say, I don't think we pull enough Bo Jackson stuff. I mean, you find him occasionally, although lately I think I've been finding him more in baseball than I've been finding him in football. We've pulled him a lot for the Kansas City Royals in recent days. You're out tonight, Darren? Oh, I'm sorry we didn't hit for you, man. That's never any fun. I'm sorry I can't figure out how to get this box open. I just opened a case of these the other night, and I still can't remember how I got in there. That's kind of dumb, isn't it? So they are 1 pack per box. And it's just I'm gonna get all of our packs out before we do anything else in here. And if you haven't done a break of this before, there's 1 autograph and 1 memorabilia card per box. There are also going to be usually, of course, there's the base cards, the die-cut crown base cards, and then there's typically going to be a numbered die-cut crown card in there too. Numbered, I think most of them were 99 or lower that we saw. Maybe all of them might have been 99 or lower. A few odds and ends inserts that we find. And what else? Of course, silhouettes. That's the one that you want the most out of Crown Royal. And that just carries over from Crown Royal football days, right? Because they have not made Crown Royal basketball since, I think it's been since 2009. I mean, it's been a while. Of course, they made it in football for years, but they took it to retail only starting in 16, I guess it was. So 2016, 2017, no hobby versions of Crown Royal football. But that's all right. Now we have hobby Crown Royal basketball. So. Oh, Buckeye for Fun, you said you missed the Steelers tonight, so you've got the Dolphins and the Jags. I'm assuming you're talking unparalleled, right? Yeah, the Steelers have, of course, you guys know, they've been coming out pretty regularly in all of the 2018 products, but so too the Dolphins. I mean, it's super rare to open a 2018 thing and not find at least 1 or 2 Dolphins in there. There definitely seem to be certain teams that you can almost plan on showing up. Packers have been another really high hit kind of team out of the 18 products. My Origins first off the line came today. It's only 4 boxes because, yeah, they've got such... Panini, I guess, well, obviously we know they don't make a lot of it, but they're limiting it now to 4 per person, which, you know, in the early days of first off the line, they did not do. Now they do that. So I could only get 4. And I'm trying to convince myself that that's not really enough to break. And you know the reason that I'm trying to convince myself that that's not enough to break, so I can, you know, open it myself, right? But right now I haven't done anything with it. It's just sitting down there. Sitting down there calling my name, saying, open me, open me. But I will tell you this was kind of weird. FedEx, I wasn't here. I had to run out for a little bit, and when FedEx came, I didn't know it was coming today. I hadn't seen the notice. And I guess it required a signature, as Panini tends to do. So there was no one here to sign for it. And instead of like bringing it back the next day or anything like that, they took it to a Walgreens. Isn't that weird? And left a note, said, go pick it up at Walgreens after 5 o'clock. So strange. I'd never heard of that. And then they sent a text at around 4 o'clock and said, oh, it's already at Walgreens. You can go get it. The whole thing was super weird. But anyway, I guess that's the new thing, maybe. FedEx, you're not home. They take your stuff to Walgreens. So, all right. We are looking first here, of course, at our base cards. All of these are the die cut. That's what all the base are going to look like. All the inserts. Not all the inserts. I guess there's a couple that don't. A Tim Duncan numbered to 99 for the Spurs is our first numbered card. You are right about that, Buckeye, for fun. You can always count on a Kalen Ballage to come out of, for the Dolphins, out of a 2018 product. He is loaded up in there. This is David Robinson to 99, round ball royalty. That is also for the Spurs, who are off to a good start with the numbered cards anyway. The Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder, Terrence Ferguson, numbered to 199. You've got a nice hard signed autograph and your relic there. And the Oklahoma City Thunder off to a good start. Which I think, Greg, did you tell me you have the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight? I think you did. Because you said you thought you were going to have another team and maybe got sniped or something. And I think you ended up with Oklahoma City. So might have worked out in your favor there. Jonathan Isaac, Orlando Magic, is our relic. That is numbered to 249. So far, guys, all the relics that I have been pulling have been numbered to 249. I don't know that we saw any non-signature relics, you know, just base relics. I don't think we saw any lower than 249, at least not that I recall out of the first case. Ah, that is you, Greg. All right, well, good then. You are off to a good start tonight. That's the way to get rolling, right? Get that first hit in early. And you can kind of sit back and say, all right, the rest of it's going to come to me. The mojo's working. John Wall for the Wizards. That is numbered to 99. Next up, we have a little die cut. And there's two different die cuts. This one is Panini's Choice Award. And it happens to be numbered to 75 for Lonzo Ball. There's another one that's like a Mamba's Choice Award with Kobe Bryant's face in the background. So those little die cuts we'll kind of find here and there. Jeremy Lin for the Brooklyn Nets, our autograph hit, numbered to 75. But yeah, you probably remember the Panini's Choice Awards and all that. They just carried those over into preferred basketball once they stopped making Crown Royal. So now they're back in here, but some of the other stuff that was in preferred is now going to be in that new set called Opulence. Rudy Gobert to 249 for the Jazz. And Opulence, which comes out in, I don't know, maybe a month or so, has a lot of the preferred stuff in it. You know, you can get relics from the conference finals and all that kind of stuff. And it also has some other things from defunct sets. But, by the way, it is mega expensive. Yeah, it's like, I mean, like $900 a box kind of expensive. I mean, we're approaching flawless kind of expensive. So, Opulence is the name of it. And it's going to have what looks to be some pretty nice hits in it. But $900 a box, we're not going to open a lot of it, I'll tell you that. That is Thon Maker to 99 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Raylan is in the house. Hello, Raylan. You missed the helmet break already. I think that's what you might have been in tonight. I think I remember seeing your user ID in the helmet break, but I'm not 100% sure. You know how my mind works, as in it doesn't. But I think I might have seen your user ID in there. This is a die cut for the Celtics, numbered to 99. Sixers are on board, and look who it is. 76ers, ba-boom. Oh, that is nice. Oh, there is the man, Charles Barkley to 10. So I'm sure everyone probably knows this, but for anybody who might not know it, Charles Barkley, of course, hasn't had signatures in any products for a long time until he showed up unexpectedly with Noir. They hadn't announced it, and then they put him in there. So this is only the second product he's been in. And Charles Barkley to 10, that is a ferocious hit. That is awesome. Tony Bradley for the Jazz, our relic to 249. And the Sixers went pretty reasonably tonight. Like I do remember looking at the price for that, and I thought, man, considering Charles Barkley is in here, that's a really very good price for the Sixers. And you know what? You just made your money by that times a bunch. So Charles Barkley to 10 is nice. Now we just need to throw in some Tatum and some Lonzo Ball and some Donovan Mitchell. Keep this case going. Patrick Beverley to 25 for the Clippers. Raylan, the helmet tonight was really nice. It was Bo Jackson. It was on a collegiate helmet, but of course it goes to his NFL team, as we do with those types of things. So it went to the Raiders, but a really nice hit with the Bo Jackson helmet. Steph Curry, Panini's Choice Award, that is numbered to 99. Diwali, you know, I would have to look at the checklist because they may have Barkley in here for all of his teams. Because, of course, you know, you could have him for the Suns. You can have him for the Sixers. Who else? The Lakers. Barkley had like 4 teams. Richard Hamilton to 25 for the Pistons. So not all of his hits might necessarily be for the Sixers. So, in other words, there's 10 to 10 with on that particular card set with the Sixers in particular, but there may be more floating around in other places. Kenneth Fareed for the Nuggets to 249 is our relic, and I forgot and left Petrovic base card hanging out there in the back, didn't I? I got all excited about Charles Barkley, and I just lost my mind, didn't I? Some might argue I never had it, but now, play nice. All right, let's get these extracted here. Tony Parker, Spurs, Malik Monk, Kawhi Leonard, Wilt Chamberlain, Vucevic, Klay Thompson, Al-Farouq Aminu, Dario Saric, and our numbered card is D'Angelo Russell for the Nets to 99. Oh, Greg, are you in the checklist right now? Does it tell you... Does he have autographs in all of his former teams, for all of his former teams in Crown? I'm assuming he does because he did in Noir, but you never know. That is Larry Markkinen to 99, Panini's Choice die cut for the Chicago Bulls. Sterling Brown for the Milwaukee Bucks. That is numbered to 199. Got a nice hard signed auto and kind of blends in, but you do have a relic in there as well. Oh, he's just in the Sixers. Okay. As an autograph. Okay. So I kind of thought they would do with him what they did in Noir and have the autos in for the Suns and the other teams too, but sounds like not. Well, Greg says he thought he did, but D. Wally says he doesn't. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. The Nuggets with Nikolai Jokic to 249. I should have looked that up, and at one point I probably did, and you know how I am, right? I like remember stuff for the moment that I'm doing it, and then the next time we do a break of something else, some of that gets replaced, and one thing goes out of the brain, another thing goes in and takes its place, and I don't always remember which is which. I did remember they were in for all the teams in Noir, but I couldn't remember in Crown. Delon Wright to 99 for the Raptors. Yeah, I know, D. Wally, but I tell you what, I'm just so happy that they've got Charles Barkley back under contract. I mean, I'll take it however we get it. He's been a big name that's been missing from the lineup for a while now. That is to 75 for the Kings. It's Chris Webber, part of the Fab Five originally in college. For the Nets, it is Jarrett Allen. And Jarrett Allen has a nice low number to 10. Got a 2-color relic, hard-signed autograph, and nice little hit there if you have the Nets tonight. The Pistons with Grant Hill to 249. Former Duke man. I try not to hold that against him. Most of you know I went to the University of Kentucky, so of course it's hard to be a Duke fan if you're also a UK fan. But once they get to the pros, you know, we have to just kind of put all that, collegiate rivalry aside. So I try not to hold that against Grant Hill. Of course, sometimes you can tell though, right, when they're in the broadcast booth, you can definitely tell where they went to school. DeMar DeRozan, that is number to 25 for the Raptors. Nice low number. The Sixers are going to have something coming out here, and I'm not sure if it's going to be an insert. Maybe just an insert. It's Embiid. Yeah, and it is Power in the Paint. We found one of these in the last case, and I'm going to assume that this is a case hit, unless we suddenly find a bunch more. Golden State Warriors. Uh-oh. Greg, is this you tonight too? Did we talk about this? We did, didn't we? It's already gone out of my head. I told you how I am. Look at that. Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant. Hard-signed autograph numbered to 25 with a relic behind it. And this case is a little bit on fire right now. We haven't pulled out our top rookies yet, but between Charles Barkley to 10 and Kevin Durant to 25, well, you know, nice. Clippers, Sindarius Thornwell to 249. Or maybe you were the Thunder. You were the Thunder, weren't you? I'm sorry, I said Warriors for you, but I think you were the Thunder, Greg. So whoever has the Warriors, you just had yourself a very nice hit come out. Little Isaiah Thomas in a Lakers uniform. There aren't a whole lot of those floating around, considering his very short stint there. Bayless for the Sixers, numbered to 99. We have another round ball royalty coming out. This one is numbered to 25. And it's for the Lakers with George Mikan. Pistons, Luke Kennard. You know we weren't getting out of here without a Luke Kennard. That is numbered to 199, hard signed with relic. D. Wally says we need a Donovan Mitchell. I know. We hit him live in the product out of case 1, so he's definitely in here. Draymond Green for the Warriors, relic to 249. Yeah, Kevin Durant is a fantastic hit. The Charles Barkley is an amazing hit. But we do need to find some of our high profile rookies. I think we're due to come upon some of them here shortly, hopefully. But I'm not gonna be sad no matter what else comes out, because we're in good shape right now. To 99, Chris Middleton and the Bucks. Behind that, I see a Mamba's Choice die cut getting ready to come out, the one I was referencing a while ago. Well, apparently that sleeve and I do not get along, so let's just get a new one and try again. So there is the Mamba's Choice. You can see Kobe Bryant staring down in the background there. Numbered to 99. It's KD and the Warriors. Well, the Jazz, we have a hit for you, Jazz, and it is going to be an autograph, but it's not who you want. But we have Rudy Gobert, and Rudy is numbered to 75. So at least the Jazz, we've got you moving kind of in the right direction. We're not exactly where you want to be, but we're getting you there. Terrence Ross, Magic, 249. Let's get those other base cards out of the way. I keep leaving those base cards sitting there because I'm not yet, they're die cut, and so I keep looking at them thinking they're inserts, but of course, you know what? They're not. Just we haven't had die cut basketball cards like this in, well, since 2009, I guess. You know, they still have not given us a date for Flawless yet either, if you can believe it. Larry Bird to 25 for the Celtics. I keep every week, I'm like, where's Flawless? Why haven't we seen the date for Flawless? I got kind of nervous thinking maybe they were going to try to replace Flawless with Opulence. So I asked my rep if that's what was happening. He said, no, we'll still have Flawless somewhere. This is Kevin Durant again to 25 on a Panini's Choice die cut for the Warriors. It's a Kevin Durant kind of case. Pacers are on the board. Ike hits to 199. Hard signed autograph and relic. And the Jazz are about to have a relic come out for Karl Malone to 249. I always liked Karl Malone. So I think that's a cool hit for the Jazz. I mean, I know, not Donovan Mitchell cool. I get that, but nonetheless, cool hit. Melo. Of course, he's going to be with the Rockets next year. Jamal Crawford, that's numbered to 99. T-Wolves. Here comes a Pacific Marquee insert, and that again is for the Warriors, who are pulling all kinds of stuff tonight. Draymond Green. And Memphis Grizzlies, Wayne Selden on card to 199 with a relic attached. We're going to have maybe an extra hit in, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be an extra hit or just another insert that I didn't pull forward, but I do see an extra card beyond what we would normally see. So here is Donovan Mitchell for the Jazz. You know what? This is our first relic below 249, so at least it hits on a good one with Donovan Mitchell. It is numbered to 25 with a nice two-color relic. So I know you're looking for a signature, but generally speaking, we're not finding a lot of low-numbered relics. So there is something good to say about it. Here's our extra card, Justice Winslow for the Miami Heat, and it's numbered to 99. So we did, in fact, have 3 hits in that box. 2 autographs and 1 relic, as opposed to the 1-in-1 that we were promised. I always like extra hits. Never going to complain about when they give us more. They don't do it all that often, so we have to take it and run. There's Pistol Pete Maravich. A way throwback on that card. DeMar DeRozan coming out again for the Raptors to 99. And we have another round ball royalty insert. That one is numbered to 75. It's Ben Wallace for the Pistons. The Wizards get involved with Juwan Howard. The Wizards are to 99. I wish that was John Wall. You know, to be a Panini exclusive athlete, which John Wall is, we very seldom pull John Wall signatures. So what is the deal with that? You would think with him being Panini exclusive that we'd pull him a little more regularly, wouldn't you? It's Andrew Wiggins to 249, T-Wolves. He might be like Tom Brady was on the football side of things for Panini. Like Tom Brady didn't sign anything for them at all for a couple of years. And then he came and, of course, recently, as we all know, and signed like 50 million things that were due for redemptions and current products and all that. So maybe John Wall's like that. Maybe he just signs a bunch of stuff every couple of years. Kyle Lowry and the Raptors to 99. D. Wally says he just needs John Stockton and Ricky Rubio, and he'll have all the Jazz he could ever hope for. This is numbered to 75. It's Bill Russell and the Celtics. Well, I paraphrased that a little. I said all the Jazz he could ever hope for. He just said that's who he's missing. Oh, baby, look at that. You haven't seen the front yet, but we know what it's going to be. Very nice. Kristaps Porzingis to 49. Hard-signed autograph and relic for the New York Knicks. I like Porzingis very much, and I think that is a great hit for the Knicks. Luke Kennard again, Pistons to 249. We have 3 left. 3 packs, which equals 3 boxes. And you know, sadly, guys and gals, I did not order enough Crown Royal basketball. I was not anticipating that the price would go up as much as it did, as quickly as it did. And I probably could have gotten more from at least one place than what I actually asked for. And I feel kind of stupid now because now I can't afford to get us anymore. It instantly went up to $1,600 a case. I mean, within an hour after it came out. It's to 99. It's James Harden and the Rockets. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's actually maybe above $1,600 a case. I think it's more like $1,900 a case, the last price I saw. That's to 99, Luke Kennard and the Pistons. Of course, that could have been just the one website I was looking on, but anyway, it shot up there is the point. Frank Jackson, NOLA. And that is our nice silhouette to 199, hard-signed autograph and relic. Don't know what we have with Frank Jackson. He had to sit out his entire rookie season with an injury, so we'll find out next year what that's going to be worth for you. Ray Allen and the Miami Heat. Ray Allen is to 249. I was watching a little bit of the Ravens game tonight, the Ravens and the Colts. I thought Andrew Luck looked pretty good once we got past that first series. But you know what? I like Jacoby Brissett. I think Jacoby Brissett's doing a fine job there in Indianapolis. I hope they keep him as the backup / insurance policy. Joe Flacco looked pretty good for the Ravens. Had a couple of downfield shots that looked nice. Lamar Jackson has struggled a little bit with his accuracy, at least what I saw. So I think they're going to end up having to keep RG3. I think they're going to have to carry 3 QBs this year. To 99, it's Damian Lillard for the Blazers. Yeah, I cannot see them. Why do certain sleeves just not want to cooperate with me tonight? I'm telling you, because it's been that kind of Monday. That's why. But I think Lamar Jackson's going to be a little bit more of a work in progress. I don't think there's any way that they can go with just him and Flacco. I think you got to keep RG3 in there. It's to 75. It's Markelle Fultz, Panini's Choice Award. Frank Ntilikina for the Knicks, numbered to 10. Some nice low-numbered stuff out tonight. And then for the Blazers, it is Zach Collins to 249. So I'm not sure if we have pulled something for every team or not out of here. If we haven't, let me just say this. If there is a team that got skunked in here, I hope that there isn't out of a 16-box case. But if there is, whatever consolation card or cards that you're due, I will ship them with the rest of the break, since this is a paid shipping break, just as an aside. I didn't say that earlier because I felt like everybody would pull cards, but I don't know. I haven't been totally watching, so I'm not 100% sure. Gary Harris to 99 for the Nuggets. Okay, last box mojo, guys. We got to make these last hits count. Dominique Wilkins to 99 for the Hawks. That is our round ball royalty. I see one of our hits that's going to count and make somebody happy. It's the Sixers with Markelle Fultz, and it's numbered to 199. So basically, if you've got the Sixers tonight, you've had yourself a tremendously good break all the way around. Derek Favors. There's one you didn't have yet for the Jazz, Diwali. We got you one more. It's Derek Favors to 10 with a nice patch that looks to be part of a letter. So we got a couple of low-numbered patches for you. Maybe an autograph in there. Not the Donovan Mitchell we had hoped for, but we didn't send you home empty-handed, at least. So we need to recap our Crown Royal before we start on our 2-case break of Unparalleled. So let's buzz through our recap here. We'll start with our relics. So, of course, there's the nice Derek Favors to 10 that we just saw. And then that's Blazers, the Heat, the Pistons, the T-Wolves. There's the nice Donovan Mitchell to 25 for the Jazz. And a Karl Malone for the Jazz. The Magic, Warriors, Clippers, Pistons, Nugget, Jazz with Tony Bradley, Rudy Gobert. There really are a lot of Jazz relics in there. And then Jonathan Isaac with the Magic. D-Wally, I didn't realize quite how many there were until we just saw them all there right together in a row. You did hit practically your whole team in relics. Guess that's the good news, right? There's Markelle Fultz to 199 for the Sixers. And then we have a nice little hard-signed autograph for the Pacers. Kevin Durant. We're going to take a look at front and back of this one again. It's too nice not to. KD to 25. Fantastic hit, really, for the Warriors. Nice silhouette autograph there. The Nets, the Bucks, the Pistons with Richard Hamilton. And we've got to look at both sides of this, too, because that is just sweet. That is the Sixers with Charles Barkley to 10. That's just nice. That's my favorite hit out of here. Jeremy Lin to 75. And for the Thunder, Terrence Ferguson. He was, I believe, our first hit out tonight. Might have been Terrence Ferguson. The Knicks hit to 10 with Nitlakina. There's a nice Frank Jackson silhouette for Nola. And then we have, of course, Kristaps and his silhouette to 49. Also for the Knicks, Juwan Howard to 99 for the Wizards. Justice Winslow to 99. The Grizzlies got involved as well with Wayne Selden. There's Rudy Gobert to 75 for the Jazz. And Luke Kennard for the Pistons. So that is case number 2 of Crown Royal all finished up. And, of course, we're going to open up the 3rd case of that here in a few days. I forgot when we said that was. Is it Friday night? Saturday night? It is Friday night. So if you're so inclined to jump into Crown Royal again, we're opening another case on Friday night. But in the meantime, we've got more work to do tonight. We're not done. We're not even close to done. We have coming up some unparalleled football, and it's going to be 2 cases. So, yay! I like doing big breaks like that. So, that's what we got coming up. If you haven't seen this already, I'm anticipating it to ship on Friday, both Unparalleled and Crown Royal. And if you happen to get skunked in Crown Royal, your base card, or not your base cards, you would, if you had base cards, you wouldn't be skunked, would you? If you didn't pull any cards at all in Crown Royal, your consolation cards will ship with the rest of the break. just because it's a paid break. You don't have to wait on that. And of course, for unparalleled, well, everybody's going to pull cards here, so no worries there. 16 boxes of 2018 Unparalleled Football. It's a 2-case break. This is break number 3. Like everything else we opened tonight, it ended tonight on eBay, Monday night, the 20th of August. Team names are on the left, winning bidders cross from it there on the right-hand side. And we're going to have a lot of cards coming out. It's not as bad as it sounds, right? When you hear 2 cases, you think, oh my gosh, it's going to be 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not going to be that bad. It'll take us probably about an hour or something like that. I still had these in their shipping box, so yeah, they're fresh out. That's all right. I needed the packing peanuts anyway, so got to use those to get those helmets and things out of here. All right, so this is our case number 1 that's coming out first. So of course, many of you, if not most of you, or maybe all of you, have broken Unparalleled before. If you haven't, here's the info that's the most important part. 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia card per box. In addition to that, we are going to find ourselves all kinds of numbered cards, and of course lots and lots of patterns, which, you know, that's the irony of the name, right? There's tons of parallels in it, but they call the product Unparalleled, so yeah. And what else do we need to know about this? Somewhere along the way in these 16 boxes, we should find a card with a galactic pattern on it. And those come out usually about once every 16 boxes. So we should find one of those somewhere along the way. D. Wally, you're out of here. I just looked over there and saw that. You probably already took off and I didn't see it to say bye. But thank you, D. Wally, for jumping in tonight into Crown Royal. I'm glad we were able to find you a few things. Steve is here rooting for my Steelers. I like you, Steve. Anybody who's rooting for my Steelers, I'm all about it. We need somebody rooting for us after that dismal preseason performance against the Packers. Of course, you can't get too upset about preseason no matter what happens, whether it's really good or really bad. It's very seldom a good indicator of how your year's going to go. But just in general, I really don't like to see our defense give up 51 points no matter what game it is. Okay, so we're going to have lots of cards that have pattern. Everything's going to have patterns on it, but not all of them are going to be numbered. So for instance, anytime you see that particular pattern, which is called flight, those are unnumbered. So the unnumbered stuff, I just kind of keep on buzzing through. The first time we look at a pattern, I'll show you the back of it and tell you what it is. It's astral and they're numbered to 200. So every time we see that pattern going forward, for the most part, I'm just going to say astral to 200 and not flip them all over front and back. Here is a hit for the Ravens, speaking of Monday Night Football, and it is Jaleel Scott. Oh, exactly, Steve. I agree with you. Preseason stuff you can't get too wigged out about. I just, I hate giving up 51 points. I'm very stingy that way. So this is another example of a pattern that's unnumbered. I don't know even what that pattern is called. I don't even see it on there, but it's not numbered. So when you see that go through, again, no numbers on the back of it. This is called Shine, and those are also unnumbered. There's astral to 200. Oh, wow. Here's a throwback hit for the Kansas City Chiefs. It is Stenrud. Why can't I ever say his name? Because I can't say any of the names properly. It's numbered to 149. Kansas City Chiefs. Way back throwback sig there. And the interesting thing about this is one of our cases, we had a ton of throwback signatures, and some of them really, really good ones. And then our other case, we don't have any. So I don't know what, I guess we'll know soon enough what this case is going to look like. This is numbered to 100. That is an example of the whirl pattern. So once again, every time we see that, I'm just going to say whirl, and we're going to keep going. That particular pattern is not numbered. It's very similar to a pattern called super plaid, which is numbered to 150, but that is not actually super plaid. This is. So super plaid's going to look like that. It's going to be to 150, and I'll just probably say to 150 or something similar, and we'll cruise on once we get past this first little bit. DeAndre Hopkins, that is numbered to 50, and that's quite a nice relic for the Texans. Nice 3-color, pretty good size little chunk down there at the bottom. So as far as unparalleled relics go, that is one of the better ones that we'll probably see coming out. Because, of course, as the name implies, that is whirl to 100. These are really all about finding the different numbered cards and the patterns and that sort of thing. And here we have a little impact numbered to 75. Impact is, I guess, somewhat similar to hyper, but not exactly. That's astral to 200. So we've only got a couple that we haven't seen yet. Super plaid to 150. We haven't seen hyper yet, which is to 25. We haven't seen fireworks, which is to 5. And of course we haven't seen burst because that's the 1 of 1. So maybe we'll find some of that along here. Buckeye for Fun is reminding me that of those 51 points the Steelers gave up to the Packers the other night, that 14 of those points were on pick sixes. I know, it was dreadful, wasn't it? Terrible. But hey, the good news is we know where we need to improve. So we know what to work on here in the next few weeks, but I think we're going to be good this year. I hope we are. I'm interested to see how the offense plays without Todd Haley. I was not a huge Todd Haley fan. I will grant that we had a good offensive scheme for the most part, but there's also a lot of things that he did that I didn't love. So I'm just kind of interested to see how that all plays out. And of course, watching Todd Haley on Hard Knocks, it just reminds me of why I didn't like Todd Haley. Just like, so we'll see what he does with the Browns, but I don't know. I mean, he's good at what he does. He just wasn't a good fit for the Steelers, I don't think. Super plaid to 150, or more importantly for Ben. I think Ben just had about enough of him. That is astral to 200, Marcus Mariota. Well, the Ravens are on fire tonight. Jordan Lasley coming out. So the Ravens have already gotten a couple of hits. Oh, well, defense, of course, is going to be the key to our season. That's what's derailed us for the last couple of years in one way or another. And, I mean, we're not going to be able to adequately replace Ryan Shazier, not with one person. LeGarrette Blount, that is to 200 for the Tigers. The Texans are coming around with Will Fuller with a relic there. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out, but I am interested to see how things flow without Todd Haley. That is Whirl Jabril Peppers. That's to 100. And that is to 150, Super Plaid for the Redskins. Astral to 200. Astral again to 200 on Luke Falk that time. And there's World Josh Sweat for the Eagles. You know, we pulled his autograph out of the, was it last break or break before last of this? Maybe the last break. And his autograph is terrible. It's just a J and an S, and not even a good-looking J and an S. I do not like Josh Sweat's autograph, I'll tell you that. But I do like Cortland Sutton for the Broncos. Nice hit for Denver. We keep on rolling. See, that's the thing about this break. It's not, there's 2 cases. So, I mean, there's a lot of cards, but there's not a lot of cards, if that makes sense. It probably did not, but I'm thinking, for instance, like if you tried to do a 2-case break of some of the Topps baseball products, we would all fall over and not survive it, some of those. Like you think about a case of jumbo cards, like of Series 1 or Series 2 or Update in Topps baseball. It's probably 3,000 cards about 3,000 cards a case, so a 2-case break would be 6,000 cards. Can you imagine a 6,000 card break, how long that would take? Maybe like 4 hours or something. It'd be absurd. We would have to have intermission and everything. That is World for the Vikings, numbered to 100. Here's another Impact to 75. Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. Rookie Focus, Bradley Chubb, coming out for the Broncos. Another nice little rookie there for Denver. Super Plaid, Josh Rosen to 150. Arizona Cardinals. Whirl for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to 100. I think we need to pull a 1 of 1 out of here. We pulled 1 to 5 out of our last 2-case break, but we didn't pull any 1 of 1s. So I think we're due for some 1 of 1s. Oh, Greg said if we broke that much of Topps Jumbo together with a 6,000 card break or whatever it would be, that we'd have to do that as 4 parts. We'd have to have more than 1 intermission, he says. I think you're right about that. Marcel Aitman and the Raiders, Astral to 200. Yeah, that would be an evil sequence to do all that at once. Super Plaid to 150, Cameron Wake and the Dolphins. And there he is. We called it, didn't we? All you had to do was wait for Kalen to come out, and there he is. To 75 for the Dolphins. Hey, and you've got a nice little 4-color patch, so that's cool. But literally, guys, if you are ever, and gals, if you are ever in need of a hit, like you just are on one of those streaks where you just feel like you can't ever hit, I'm telling you now, go buy the Dolphins in a 2018 football product, and you'll probably find Kalen Ballage about 600 times. That is Astral to 200 for the Seahawks. Obviously not really 600 times, but my point is he is prolific. Here comes Hyper. That is numbered to 25. It's for the boys with Ezekiel Elliott. For the Rams, we have John Kelly. He didn't come out real often, so cool little hit for the Rams. Yeah, I used to do, I haven't bought into any basketball breaks much this year. Mostly because the teams that I want have been going very higher than I really wanted to jump into most of the time. So I haven't bought into any basketball recently, but when I was buying into a lot more basketball, and I would go periods of time and I wouldn't get a hit, and I just couldn't seem to connect, I would inevitably switch to the Nets. Tell where my head is, baseball. To the Brooklyn Nets, who I'm like not even a Nets fan. I don't have any connection to the Brooklyn Nets other than they seem to hit an odd amount of the time. Because there's not really what you would call superstars on the Nets, but yet they're kind of like Kalen Ballage is in 2018 football. They're just always end products. So I would go through a dry spell sometimes, and I would think, okay, I need to change my luck. I need to flip the switch. So I would go bid on the Nets in a couple breaks, and sure enough, they would hit. And then, I would feel like I was getting things rolling again, and I would feel better because I hit something. So Kalen Ballage is for 2018 football like the Nets are for anything in basketball. That is to 200 Bengals Astral. And this is a Whirl die cut for Odell Beckham Jr. and the Giants to 100. Star Factor, we find, I don't know, a handful of those usually. That is to 150. Along the way, usually a couple case or something like that. And right on cue, there is another one. That is Gronk Star Factor in the Astral pattern to 200 for the Patriots. Here's T.Y. Hilton for the Colts with a little relic, numbered to 50. You know who else comes out a lot, seeing just the Colts reminded me, is Naheem Hines. Seems like we pull him a lot as well out of 2018 stuff. There is Astral Cedric Wilson for the boys. The Green Bay Packers are getting involved. It is Sterling Sharp to 10. That's nice. I like that. I'm surprised it's not Marquez Valdez-Scantling. But it isn't. Got a nice little Sterling Sharp to 10. And of course, that's to 150 for the Buccaneers. One thing that we haven't talked about is what is coming out on Wednesday. That is Astral to 200 for the 49ers. And that's National Treasures Collegiate. Have you guys seen the sell sheet on that? Some of the patches that are in that are outrageous. They are so good. Here is Kerryon Johnson for the Lions. It's numbered to 25. So another nice low hit there. Yeah, they've got all those bowl patches and stuff in there that, oh man, they're nice. That is Whirl to 100. And then I have 3 or 4 distributors that I work with and buy from, but there are 2 that I really buy from more than anybody else. They both called me today and said, oh, our National Treasures Collegiate got here really late today and we can't get it shipped out. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm breaking that Wednesday, so what's going to happen there? So one of them said, I'm going to overnight it to you, and it's not going to cost you any extra. So I'm going to overnight it to you. You'll still have it on Wednesday. Okay, good. The other one said, oh, I don't really know. We haven't decided yet what we're going to do. Like, are you kidding me with that? Come on. Are you going to just say, oh, we haven't decided what we're going to do. We didn't get it to you on time. I don't know. I think you should be overnighting it as well. So... But either way, since we know at least one is going to be overnighting it, then we can count on having it to open Wednesday night as planned. Because I'm you know what, that's going to be an excellent release day, because I'm excited about anything National Treasures is always good, as we all know. And so NT Collegiate is going to be fun, and then Origins coming out on the same day. Because I really like Origins a lot. And we almost always pull a lot of good hits out of Origins. Super Plaid to 150. So we're going to be busy on Wednesday, but it's going to be a good kind of busy. There's AB impact to 75 for the Steelers. Astral to 200, Ito Smith. To 200 again, Ezekiel Elliott. And Traquan Smith for the Saints, an autograph hit coming out. That's Astral to 200 for the Redskins. And Ronald Jones is coming up next for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How's that kid been looking? I haven't seen any of the Bucks in preseason. Has anybody watched any of their games to have some input on how Ronald Jones is doing? That is World Le'Veon Bell to 100 for my Pittsburgh Steelers. I miss the days of the steel curtain. That's to 150, Andrew Luck. Darius Geis, rookie focus relic. Astral for the Lions to 200. There's Sam Darnold hanging out there. You know what else I need to find more of? Seeing that Sam Darnold made me think of it. Elements. I really liked Elements a lot. We opened, what, seven or eight cases of it? I wouldn't mind finding a little bit more of that, though. We pulled nice hits out of it. It's a cool product. I might have to go on a quest this week and see where I can round up some more Elements. Of course, it'll just be really a mad dash to get more Origins. As per usual, they never give you as much as you want. I mean, I'd like to open 10 or 12 cases of Origins like I do with Inception and baseball, but no way, they won't give you that much. Especially this year, it seems. All the products are being a lot more tightly allocated than in the past. I mean, baseball always is, but some of the others usually aren't this bad. Josh Allen, Astral to 200 for the Buffalo Bills. And that is Ryan Allen to 200 for the Patriots. To 150, that is Marshawn Lattimore with a Super Plaid for the Saints. Green Bay Packers, it's Jamon Moore. That is the worst signature in the entire rookie class right there. Followed closely by the guy from the Eagles that I showed you earlier. We didn't see his autograph, but when he went by, it reminded me of his autograph. And then Royce Freeman, he's right up there too. All three of those guys are terrible. But the worst, I think, is Jamon Moore. That is for the Ravens. It's Astral to 200. Here's Hyper. That's going to be numbered to 25. It's for the Bengals. Oh, and it's first in the series, too. Cool. Always like it when they're first in the series or last in the series. No reason why I should. I mean, they're exactly the same as all the others in the series, but I don't know. Gives me a special little thrill. Impact 75. It's LaShawn McCoy and the Bills. Here is Royce Freeman. Speaking of, see, his autograph's slightly better than Jamon Moore because we get 2 whole letters out of him. We just get the J for Jamon Moore. So, Royce Freeman, we at least get an R and an F, so that's why he's a slight step above. There is World Golden Tate to 100. Here comes James Washington for my Pittsburgh Steelers with a relic coming out. That kid's going to be good. He's going to be so good. And a Star Factor die cut Antonio Brown for the Steelers. That one is unnumbered. I like that AB's on the cover of Madden this year. World to 100. All right, we've got 2 boxes left to go out of case 1. Of course, we've got, you know, a whole other case in behind this one. But so far, so good. Now let's just stop and look at these. We'll take the others out of the wrapper in a minute. That is to 100 for the Rams. And of course, you see he's in a Packers uniform, right? But it's the Rams team. So he was traded somewhere along the way. And it's always going to go to the team that is designated, not the uniform they're wearing. So I like to point that out if I see one of those go by, because occasionally, you know, you're just watching it. You see the Packers uniform, you think it's going to be yours, and then you get confused when it doesn't show up in your pile. So that could be what happened if that does happen to you. This is an impact to 75 for the Jets, and it is Neil Sterling. I don't know why I put that one in the sleeve and not the others, but there you go. I do put those in a sleeve after the break, just by the way, for anybody who might be wondering. Corey Robertson and the Vikings Super Plaid to 150. Just not always as we go along, because it slows things down a little bit. Mike Gesicki, the Dolphins are going to hit again. You already had your Kalen Ballage, and there's a little nice little Mike Gesicki to go alongside. I think Greg tried to get the Dolphins tonight, and somebody might have sniped him. That is the Vikings Astral to 200. I think that's the team. He sent me a message and said, "Oh, I thought I had this team, and I lost it like right at the end." And I think it was the Dolphins. But if you haven't ever used it, Auction Sniper, guys, it's awesome. It's literally just auctionsniper.com. And it is, not only is it good for sniping, obviously, it's an excellent bid management tool. Because you can go in and change and adjust and cancel and do whatever you want to do with your bids right up until like a minute before the auction ends. So, you know, you can put stuff in there, and then if you win something in the meantime, you can cancel it out. You don't have to worry about contacting the seller. Hey, can I cancel this? And all that kind of jazz. This is numbered to 25. DeAndre Hopkins for the Texans. It's the hyper pattern. Claude Humphrey for the Falcons. That's a way back too. Wow, that's a way back. So Falcons with a nice little Pioneer penmanship hit. But it lets you do all kinds of other stuff too. Like you can put things in groups, for instance, if you just wanted to win one break for the Cowboys in Unparalleled, for instance, and there were 4 or 5 of them ending close together, you could go in and set it up that said, hey, after I win like the first one, then don't execute any of the rest. I only want to win one. And it'll do that for you. Super Plaid to 150. And they don't charge you anything if your bid doesn't win. The only way you have to pay them is if your bid wins. And most of the time, even then, it's like a quarter or something. Allen Robinson and the Bears to 200 Astral. Here is Pat Mahomes to 50 for the Kansas City Chiefs. That is a relic with the whirl pattern, numbered to 50. So So if you have never checked it out, you should check out auctionsniper.com. It is a fantastic little program. Very easy to use, as I say, very inexpensive. Impact to 75 for the Jags, and free if you don't win. So it's pretty awesome. The other thing I think I've talked about, well, I know I've talked about this a bunch, so many of you probably are aware of it already, but I find that sometimes people aren't, especially people who might be new to the break or new to breaking with me. Checklists. You can find checklists broken down by hits per team for almost any product that's out there. Maybe not every product, but the vast majority of them, at least the ones in recent years. Somebody has taken them and broken them up where you could go, say, pull up Unparalleled, and it'll show you, here's all the Packers hits in Unparalleled. And it will tell you what they're going to be numbered to, you know. So in other words, it might say Terry Bradshaw. I'm not saying Terry Bradshaw's in this, but as an example, it could say Terry Bradshaw has 10 autographs in, you know, whatever product it would be. And it's super, super handy. I usually use the one that's called groupbreakchecklists.com, but there are plenty of others that do it as well. If you haven't ever used that, it's a really good resource to kind of look up and see what's available in any given product and get an idea of what you can expect from any particular team. And of course, on new products, you know, they're not always up and available right away. It kind of depends on when the manufacturer put the checklist up on their website, because of course they have to start there, get it from there and break it down. It's Matt Ryan, Astral to 200. We're following that up with an Alvin Kamara, nice 2-color relic, whorl pattern to 50 for the Saints. This is Impact to 75, Leonard Fournette and the Jags. I think somebody called out the Jags earlier, that they were hoping to find some Jags hits. That's for the Jags as well, Super Plaid to 150. There is a Kareem Hunt Star Factor to 100 die cut whorl. Connor Williams and the Dallas Cowboys have a hit. Ah, Buckeye for fun. That is you, Dolphins and Jags. Okay. Oh yeah, if you have never, you said you're just starting to get into breaks. Yeah, those kinds of things can be invaluable, like group break checklists and stuff. Or it is specifically, that website is groupbreakchecklist.com, but any of the sites that break them down can be really helpful. Now, of course, if you're just bidding because you like a team, that is Astral to 200. It doesn't matter as much, you know, if you're bidding to keep for yourself or just because you're a fan of the team or whatever. But a lot of people bid with the idea of they want to get hits and resell the hits to help pay for other breaks where maybe they are going to keep some of the cards. That's whorl to 100. And when you use those aggregate sites, you can really easily see, like, oh wow, this team has 100 opportunities in this product, and this team maybe has 40 opportunities. So it kind of helps point you in the right direction, depending on what your goal is. Calvin Ridley. I'm a Calvin Ridley fan. That is for the Falcons, and I like that hit. So for sure, Buckeye for fun, I would suggest checking out some of those. You know, you won't find it as much for the Leaf products. Sometimes you do, but a lot of times you don't. Leaf is weird with their checklists. That's for the Seahawks. It's whorl to 100. But any of the top stuff, the Panini stuff, the Upper Deck stuff even, you should mostly find that sort of stuff on those kinds of websites. All right, that was case number 1. This is case number 2. If I can manage to get us in it without, you know, making a mess here. Really, I need to sharpen my knife. I use it so much, I've gotten the blade dull. It's not sharpen it even, it's just replace it, frankly. But I don't know, somehow I don't get it done because I have to go find the screwdriver and get the thing out and do the thing, and I always just figure, it's only got to cut plastic, it'll be fine. But truly, I do need to probably get in there and replace that blade about any time now. So, Buckeye, for fun, what got you started in the breaks? I always like to hear the stories of that. What started someone with breaks? Did you just stumble across it, which is what I did several years ago? That's how I found breaks originally. Or was it something you already knew about and you specifically went to eBay saying, hey, this is what I want to do? Or how did you come to join us? Oh, you're taking off for tonight. Okay. All right. Well, then I will see you the next time, Buckeye, for fun. Thanks for hanging out as long as you did. I know the hour grows late, so it gets, depending on which part of the country you're in, it might be your bedtime or getting pretty close to it. Did anybody happen to know what the score ended up being on the Ravens-Colts game? Just out of curiosity. Ah, Joe, this is your 4th break. Okay, so Joe, you're just kind of getting started in breaks as well then. I got to warn you, they are so addictive. So addictive. But they're so much fun. Like, I love them. This is the Packers Astral to 200. I like doing them. I like buying into other people's breaks. I love getting a bunch of packages in the mail. It's all good. This is Astral to 200. And a rookie focus, Josh Rosen for the Arizona Cardinals. Like, where's our signature on that, Panini? Come on. We want that Josh Rosen to be signed. 2019 Ravens. Okay, cool. Thank you, Eric, for sharing that. I appreciate it. Oh, and for sure, Buckeye, for fun. Absolutely. I know what bedtime is like, so I feel you on that. We'll catch up on that next time then. Astral to 200. For Tanner Lee. I feel like we've seen Tanner Lee a lot tonight. Maybe we haven't, but I feel like we have. Super plaid. And just as I say it, look, it was Tanner Lee. So he's haunting me. Rashawn Evans for the Titans. Titans getting on board. Like, where's all the Kyle Lauletta and Luke Falk? Where are they right now? Andy Dalton, Astral to 200. I have my kind of little wish list. Anytime we start a case, I always kind of think about who I want to pull, who I think we'll pull, but we're not finding who I thought we would tonight. Not yet. Astral to 200. I mean, we found some nice stuff. Just World to 100. Oh, Jamon Moore's coming out again. Jamon Moore, daggone you. Not that I begrudge the hit to the Packers, okay? Just that I don't like that guy's signature. I really just don't. It's so bad. And earlier in the year, we got a little bit like of an M or a little bit of a something that looked like it was more the name. And then the farther we get into the year, the more it's just like the J. Sometimes it doesn't even have the little apostrophe anymore. That is Impact, Mark Andrews for the Ravens to 75. I gotta find out what they pay these kids to do that. I mean, not like the Baker Mayfields and stuff like that. I'm sure they're on a different pay scale than than the Jamon Moores and whatever. But I'd be interested to know what kind of money they give them as rookies to set and sign their names 500 times or 1,000 times or however many times they sign it on that rookie premiere weekend. I'm guessing it's got to be decent money. But I would like to know. The other thing I want to know, I keep forgetting to ask my ref this, is how, if they pay the guy, see, you know, like, are they paying Drew Brees because he's the face of this product on this packaging? Does he get paid extra for that? Or is that just part of the CBA where they have to, where they just have the rights to the images and they put them on there no matter whether you say yay or nay? I keep meaning to ask my rep that and I don't ever remember to do it. Because he used to work for Upper Deck. Derwin James for the Chargers, that was Astral to 200. And there's Kalen again, because you know what? We started a new case. So, you knew we were going to find another Kalen when we started a new case, right? Telling you, the kid is prolific with the amount of times he has signed his name. That is Impact to 75, Alex Collins for the Ravens. Here comes the little Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills. Moved up on the depth chart after A.J. McCarron went down with his fractured collarbone. We might yet end up with a Josh Allen week 1. I don't know. Hyper to 25 for the Packers. And, yeah, that was just flight. I don't know, something about the way the light caught that. I thought maybe we had something different for a second. Alex Collins, Super Plaid to 150. Astral, Jared Goff to 200. A die-cut Aaron Rodgers Whirl to 100. Mike Hughes and the Vikings. That is to 200. It is for the Falcons. Whirl to 100, Jared Goff. And that's got that box all ready to rock and roll. Oh man, you know what I just realized? I forgot to list diamond icons again. Daggone it. Hey, diamond icons is a really high-end set from Topps. It's similar in price to Panini's Flawless, so pretty pricey per box. And usually it wouldn't come out on a Friday, but it is this time. And I keep forgetting that it is coming this upcoming Friday. And so I haven't listed the break. I didn't list it on Friday, and then I said to myself, oh, I'm going to list it, and we'll do it on Saturday. And then, by golly, I just realized I didn't do it today either. But as I said at the top of the break, today is one of those days where just nothing huge went wrong. Not like a big major thing, but just a collection of little things went wrong all day long. So we're just going to chalk it up to one of those Mondays. And I will endeavor to get it listed tomorrow for our break on that one. Here is Hyper for the Dolphins. Ryan Tannehill to 25. Behind it is a hit for John Kelly and the Rams. We pulled one out of the first case, and now I've got a bookend. Uh-oh, what happened there? I hit something. What'd I hit? Oh, hang on, sorry. Apparently, my mouse over there decided to make a change to my screen. That's to 200. To 150. To 200. Chris Boswell. Oh, I like seeing Chris Boswell in there. I like Chris Boswell. For the Falcons, it is a Calvin Ridley rookie focus. This is to 150. It's Mark Andrews. To 200, Sterling Shepard and the Giants, Bright Futures. Mike White comes out for the Cowboys. Oh, you like Boswell too, our kicker? Yeah, I love Chris Boswell. I like seeing the stuff come out for kickers and things that you don't pull all the time. World, Derwin James to 100. This is to 75, Tannehill. But of course, that's the thing about Unparalleled too, right? Is that there are cards in here for players that are veterans who have never had a card before. So there's all kinds of fun stuff that they to like about Unparalleled. But I'm a Chris Boswell fan. It'd be hard not to be, really. He's quite good. He does right by my Pittsburgh Steelers. That pack is slid down in there under the little thing that's supposed to keep it from sliding down under there. Slid down under there anyway. I was going back to try that. I'm telling you, I just can't master whatever that is that I'm supposed to be doing like that. Has to do with opening the packs, right? I have a certain way I open them. I've always opened them that way. But someone told me the other day that there's a much more efficient way to open packs. And it wouldn't make as much noise either. So I said, all right, I'll try it. I can never get it to work. Like one time out of 100. So I think I'll just stick with what I know. That is B.J. Hill for the Giants. Super Plaid to 150 to 200 for the Bills. The Packers hit with Joshua Jackson. Here is Hyper to 25. Brandon Brooks for the Eagles. That's to 150, Bengals. So they said tonight in the Ravens game that apparently they're going to have some kind of an officiating meeting or some kind of meeting where they're going to discuss, this is to 200, this ridiculous rule about the leading with the helmet thing, because that penalty is getting called about every 5 seconds. So I hope they either clarify that, change that, do away with that, or something. Because think about it. I mean, they've got a huge emphasis on it in the preseason. There's already been that many. This is Michael Gallup for the Cowboys. And some of those can be game-changing type penalties. And it's going to be really, really hard to avoid them. I mean, tell me how you're going to tackle somebody with your shoulder without also lowering your head. Kirk Cousins impact to 75. I mean, it seemed kind of like a bad idea when they mentioned it. I get the intent. That's to 100. The intent is good, but I think it's just a mess. Corey Coleman to 100. He is still a brown on that card. And I think, what did they say tonight? That they've already called 30 of them or something like that? I mean, not counting the ones they'd already called 2 in the Ravens game by that point. Christian Kirk relic for the Cardinals. So if they leave that the way that it is, it's going to be the new surviving the ground, except it's going to be worse than the surviving the ground rule. Although it's hard to be worse than that. Maybe I shouldn't say worse, because that was terrible, terrible part of that rule about whether or not something was a catch or not. But you know, I mean, college football, they just call it targeting, and they do a pretty good job keeping it in check. You don't have an excessive number of them. But this, you know, leading with the head kind of deal, maybe they're just calling it a lot because it's preseason and they're trying to get everybody accustomed to it in games that don't matter. And maybe that's why we have so many, but if it stays on that track, I don't think it's going to be a good thing. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see how it plays out. Super Plaid to 150. I mean, I wouldn't really want to be the defensive player in that deal. That's World to 100. For the Titans, we have Harold Landry, and that is numbered to 5. Here comes our fireworks. Nice hit with the Harold Landry for the Titans. But, you know, that's the whole thing with the Bears rookie. That's why he didn't want to sign. The World to 100, Deshaun Watson, Bright Futures insert. Because he wanted to make sure that they couldn't void his guaranteed money if he got tagged with, you know, one of the fines or suspensions or things that can often trigger voiding of guaranteed money in a contract as a result of that new rule. For the Texans, it's Kiki. So that's exactly why they had to wait so long to get him signed, because his agent was like, no, we need some clarification that this stupid new rule isn't going to void his guaranteed money if he gets flagged for it. It's Greg Olson to 150, Panthers Super Plaid. And we have Christian McCaffrey coming out for the Panthers with the relic. He ripped off some nice yards the other night. And that is numbered to 75. It's Impact for the Saints. Astral to 200. There's a little Saquon Barkley rookie focus, just base. It's not a numbered pattern card, but still an insert nonetheless. To 200 for the Jets. So that is to 200, Michael Crabtree. So if they do modify it, I just say, hey, look to the NCAA and do something similar, because we don't have an excessive amount of them in college football. And when they are called, you can look at the replay, and I think 98 to 99% of the time, we as lay people look at it and would be like, yeah, I get why he called that. Whereas this stuff they're calling right now in the NFL, you watch the replay and you're like, wait, what? That was just a sack. I mean, how are you going to flag the guy for that? So, I don't know. Probably not a fun time to be an official, though. I don't think there's any good time to be an official, frankly, because, yeah, you're always going to be rained down upon from half the people in the stadium. Whatever call you make, half the people are going to like it, and half the people are not going to like it. That's a terrible job to have. I don't know. I guess they make pretty good money, though, but I don't know if that's even still enough to make it worthwhile. That was Patrick Peterson to 200 Astral. Another Astral to 200 for the Bucks, and that was Vita Vey. Nice first round pick for the Bucks. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. That is Impact to 75. I see the biscuit coming up here for the Chicago Bears. The little relic. That's to 150. The Patrick Chung for the Patriots. I don't know why I thought that Odell Beckham Jr. was going to be numbered, but it wasn't. Whirl for the Cowboys to 100. Astral Alshon Jeffrey to 200. Riley Ferguson for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you know what? Like, Riley Ferguson is not even on the team, right? I mean, didn't he? Yes, he got cut. He got cut before even training camp. He went down there and somehow or another never even got signed with them and got shown the door. So I don't know why he's still in here. Alvin Kamara to 200 for the Saints. James Washington for my Steelers. That one is signed. There we go. Now we've got you rolling, Steve. We had the other Washington that was just a relic, but now we have a little ink with this one. That's a little more like it. Tyreek Hill, Super Plaid to 150. 2 boxes left, believe it or not. We're making pretty good time, right? Considering 2 cases, I think we're cruising right along. So we have just a 1 case break of this later in the week, mainly because I was pairing it with several other things, and time-wise, I didn't think 2 cases would fit in. So we'll do 1 case in a few days from now, and then we'll probably do another 2 case break, and maybe about this time next week, Sunday, Monday, something like that. But of course, you know, the 1 case in between. I don't remember what comes out the following week. After Origins and NT this week, I can't even remember what comes the next week. But I guarantee you they'll load us up with something. And then, of course, we're rapidly approaching Labor Day. And you know, anytime you hit a holiday, they like to put about 700 products out. This is the Patriots Impact to 75. Yeah, I don't know what their deal is with holidays. You can kind of guess, like, around Christmas and things, they're hoping you'll buy it and give it as a gift or whatever. But any holiday, it seems like, they just load you up. Super Plaid to 150. Super Plaid to 150. Not many breaks in the trading card schedule these days. Every week there's something. Michael Thomas Astral to 200. A Bright Futures for the Buccaneers. Chris Godwin was a 2017 rookie, of course. There is Astral Ronnie Harrison to 200. The Raiders. Maurice Hurst. Probably won't find a whole lot of Maurice Hurst autographs. This, maybe Contenders. I don't know. He might show up in a couple of others, but Maurice Hurst is not going to be one you find all that often. Here comes Galactic. It's for the Eagles tonight. And that is Brandon Brooks. So once again, these Galactic hits fall about once every 16 boxes or so. And so that's about once every 2 cases. And I was really hoping we'd find a rookie tonight for Galactic. Because our Galactic out of the last 2 case break was also a vet. That is for the Chargers. It was World to 100. Well, actually, I guess that was a rookie. Actually, or a rookie card anyway, because it's got the rookie card symbol on it. So I guess I was just complaining about nothing, wasn't I? Yeah, sounds like. Doug Baldwin, Astral to 200. Here comes Sam Darnold. Is it going to be signed? Yeah, it is. Jets, who were sweating it out somewhere, going, oh my gosh, we're down to the next to last box. Where's my Sam Darnold? There he is. You can rest easy now, Jets. That's to 200 for the Browns with Astral. We have got last box mojo coming up. So right now we've got to all collectively, kind of place our intentions to make some fire, some heat come out of this last box. We're not going to be far off schedule. I figured it would be about 2 hours tonight, start to finish. We're going to end up probably about that. So over the years, I've gotten much better at estimating how long breaks will take of any given product. I used to be really terrible about it. So some breaks would be shorter than I would have imagined by far, and other breaks would be by far longer than I would have imagined, but I finally kind of have a good handle on it. Okay, here is a whirl for the Redskins. Oh, this is a nice hit for the Eagles. Dallas Goedert. I like that hit for the Eagles quite a bit. Yeah, that's nice. And it's numbered to 25 on top of that. So the Eagles just pulled the Galactic case hit a minute ago, or I should say 16-box case hit. 2 case hit, whatever you want to call it, once every 16 boxes. Astral Harold Landry, Titans. Kalen Ballage, imagine that. Super Plaid to 150. Here is Cooper Kupp for the Rams. So we've only got 1 hit left to find in here. We found our relic, we found our autograph, and we should have 1 autograph left, right? Star Factor die cut for the Rams, if I can get it unattached, is Todd Gurley. These cards have some little static electricity or something in them sometimes. Not actually static, but you know what I mean. That is to 200. It is Keenan Allen and the Chargers. To 150, Super Plaid for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Astral to 200, that's DJ Moore. A High Flyers Amari Cooper to 100 with Whirl. A redemption. Hey, aren't you glad the redemption came out right at the end? Because I always hold them till the very end to flip them over. You don't have hardly any time to wait tonight. That's Astral to 200, Matt Stafford and the Lions. See how well that worked out? Because that would have been terrible if it come out in the first box and the whole time you'd been going, oh my gosh, who's that redemption? Now we're going to flip it over almost immediately. So, hey, small things in life, right? So here's what happens next. We're going to flip this redemption over, and then we'll go to the Panini website and find out what it's going to be numbered to, if it's numbered, and also verify the team. After we do that, we will cruise right back here and recap this break, take a look at our hits. After we do that, we will put the spreadsheet information up one more time in case anyone missed it. Our redemption is the Seahawks rookie jersey autographs, Rashad Penny. So Seahawks come out at the very end with a nice Rashad Penny. So our card set, once again, rookie jersey autographs. Our card number is 4, and we're going to go check it out right now. I'm going to bring you along with me, and we're going to head over to the Panini website. For those of you who might not be aware of this, the Panini website is super handy in that, look at this, all their checklists are online all the way back to 2009. And the cool thing about it, unlike what they do in Topps, is it will tell you what a card's going to be numbered to when you pull it up. So card number 4, Rashad Penny. Okay, so like if this card had been numbered in that little box right there, it would have said what it's going to be numbered to. So since that little box is empty, that means that it is an unnumbered edition, an open edition. So it is not numbered at all, but it is obviously still going to be an autograph with a relic attached to it. So our redemption tonight, Rashad Penny and the Seahawks. The Galactic came out for the Eagles with Brandon Brooks. Our die cuts, Aaron Rodgers, Kareem Hunt, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, OBJ, and Todd Gurley. Of course, we have a gigantic stack of numbered cards, as you might imagine. We're not going to go through all of those again, but what we are going to go through again are our hits with our relics and signatures. So, of course, I'm not, as you notice, we're not flipping them over and looking at the backs and all that kind of jazz. This is more just a quick little refresher. Maybe somebody jumped in part of the way through, you missed a couple of cards, or you scroll to the end, you're watching the recap, and you just want to know what came out. This is the easy way to do it. Depending on what you like, maybe not as much fun, or maybe it is, I don't know. I always kind of like to watch the whole thing. Sometimes, though, I don't. Sometimes I do get in a hurry and I think, I just want to know if I hit anything. And so I'll scroll to the end of somebody else's break just to see if I hit. But if I have the available time, I often like to watch it live. It's that sense of anticipation, right? Lights up that reward center in our brains. We're going to flip that one over because it's numbered to 10 on the Sterling Sharp. That was a nice Calvin Ridley that went by too. And there's Sam Darnold. So that, I believe, has us wrapped up for tonight. That's all the stuff we have to open. I am going to put the spreadsheet information up one final time here in case anybody happened to not be tuned in or not catch it earlier. Here is the info that you need to know. So the free shipping break tonight was the helmet, anticipating Monday, a week from today. I often get those out sooner, but count on Monday and hopefully it will be sooner. If you did not pull a card in the helmet break, your consolation card is typically going to be held and shipped out the next time that you do pull a card or an item, when I would just gather up everything and send it out at the same time, because I track it for a rolling 90-day period. If you want it sent sooner than that and you were in the helmet break, the free shipping break, send me a message and let me know. I'll drop it in a plain white envelope with a stamp and send it your way. If you are in one of the paid shipping breaks, I am anticipating a Friday date out the door. That is Crown Royal and Unparalleled. If I can get it out to you sooner than that, of course I absolutely will. Nobody got skunked in Unparalleled. Every team's going to have plenty of cards headed their way. In Crown Royal, it is possible, I guess, that a team didn't pull something. I don't know that one did, but I guess it's possible in theory. And if you happen to not pull something in Crown Royal, whatever consolation card or cards you are due will ship with the rest of the break, since it is a paid shipping break. Now we're taking one more look at the stuff that's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night is a triple play baseball box that has an autographed baseball, an autographed jersey, and an autographed picture in it. We'll break a 7th case of clearly authentic baseball and a full case of Topps Chrome Jumbo, which has a massive 40 hits in it. On Wednesday night, we'll open a New Era autographed baseball cap, an autographed baseball jersey, a half case of Leaf autographed football jerseys, a full case of National Treasures collegiate football that comes out on Wednesday, a full 16-box case of Origins football that comes out on Wednesday, and a 12-box case of Leaf Flash football, which actually comes out tomorrow on Tuesday, but we're already breaking one on Tuesday. It's just not listed on eBay because it already sold on there, but we're going to break it at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Break one of Flash football, I mean. Thursday is a Game Day Greats autographed football jersey, a 2nd case of National Treasures collegiate, and a single case of unparalleled football. On Friday, it's a case of Origins, a 3rd case of Crown Royal, and a full case of Chronicles baseball, which will be coming out on Friday, and we'll bust into it Friday. Saturday, a 3-peat basketball box, which has an autographed basketball, an autographed basketball jersey, and an autographed picture in it. Another half case of Leaf autographed football jerseys, an 8th case of clearly authentic basketball and baseball, and a 3rd case of National Treasures collegiate football. So we're going to be pretty busy here in the days ahead, and we'll probably have an equal amount of stuff coming out of there on Sunday as well, or close to it anyway. And I guess that has got everything covered for tonight. I think we've wrapped it up. So thank you one more time. I appreciate everyone who joins in the breaks, whether you're bidding or chatting or just hanging out and watching it. Whatever brings you here, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope that I'll see you again. So good night, guys and gals. We'll see you tomorrow night. Bye now.